Peace and wonders, fam. Allow me to preface this by saying, if you can't stand the heat of truth, you need to get up out this kitchen. And that's for real. The Frankenstein being, that is also known as the African American, who I choose to call the Negro being, the one that is terrorizing their neighborhood and self-destructive, is a direct byproduct of the 450 years of torment and torture, and are the epic genetic examples of what this psychological, mental, emotional, physical, and financial torment produces. By no means does this give these Negro beings, who I call Frankenstein beings as well, the pass for the behavior that they are expressing. But there are no coincidences. Their behavior is a direct consequence of this system of brutality and exploitation that has been incessant against the economic and even physical, mental, and spiritual growth of the Negro being. These things are facts. What my colleagues like to do is to weaponize the terminology victim mindset. No. And let me say this to you. If you have never been exploited or are not the product of an exploited people, I suggest you shut your mouth, because you don't know what it is to be systematically exploited by the government that is set to honor your rights. These are the issues at hand. The traumatic response of those who have been victimized is not a victim mindset. It is a traumatic response mechanism that paralyzes the individual who has undergone these traumatic experiences, rendering them in a defeated mindset and paralyzed as far as moving forward and doing things that are going to change their lives. Does this free them of the responsibility of changing their lives? No, it doesn't. But it also doesn't free the system that is still in place, that still oppresses in different ways and created a situation where this type of behavior would be tenfold. They are the product of a system that has to repay what it owes and give these individuals a legitimate chance of changing their situation. There is no such thing as a victim mindset of someone who has been traumatized and terrorized throughout their lifespan and epigenetically. So let's understand that first. And again, I say to my colleagues who like to toss around that victim mindset and weaponize it to shame individuals. Again, you have not experienced what those who you are labeling as victim mindsets. So you have no right to try to toss that out there as some type of shame mechanism to get people to move forward. You have to give them tools, and you have to demand that those that govern us do the right thing by them and those who this government has systematically destroyed across the board. And we're not just talking about black people. I'm speaking specifically about black people, but I'm talking about the classism aspect of this and the sexism aspect of this. The system has to be corrected. And there is no such thing as a victim mindset. There is a traumatic response mechanism that has trapped and paralyzed individuals who have experienced such trauma from being able to move forward in a way that we would like to see them move forward. So we must provide the tools to help them and provide the economic situations that allow them to be able to help themselves. Peace.